As far as any of you currently in Pine Valley are concerned, you went to sleep on the the 25th of Divine. Um, the IMARU, the three from IMARU, you had just picked up your target, rather the son of the CEO, Clyde Ezek, and secured him in a room for the night. He was not too happy about that, but he really didn't want to be in prison. Currently, he and Toothless are in room 2, Fawn is in room 1, and Carrion is in room 3, which means I should probably move your tokens a bit. Now, last night, the 25th of Divine, you'd noticed on your way back from the watering hole that you could hear police cars in the distance, like kind of zooming around town. It's a really small town, so there's like, just a few well laid out streets as far as you could tell, but there appeared to be some kind of police emergency. But you guys decided not to worry about that and just got to your rooms at the motel. It really wasn't any of your concern. I mean, your boss pays you to, do a job, not to, help or interfere with the police. That's
Well,
just the
he's
way
not
it
paying
is.
us for this job, is he?
Well, he's basically saying you're keeping your job for doing this job.
Exactly, we're not really getting paid for it.
Well, you're getting paid a salary. You get to continue to have a salary thanks to doing this job.
You could not be fired. That'd be a good.
But anyway, so fun. You're the since you're being a high elf. Don't exactly sleep. You did notice, however, that there's something a little bit strange. When you went into your meditative trance, you simultaneously felt like you closed your eyes, then opened it, and at the same time, as if you'd been trancing for days on end. As if, like, you suddenly jumped from one time to another. The room is, pitch black at this point. You're lying purely on your dark vision, and even your phone is having difficulties working. It's you kind of bring it up and notice that it's just flashing 12 at you, which considering it's a smartphone shouldn't be doing. It's hooked always to the net, and there's no signal listed right now. There's like, no bars on your phone. It's just blinking at you 12, 12, which makes no sense.
Huh. That's odd. So I can see a door. The door's still there, right? Like, it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same room you went into. Your whatever traveling supplies you brought with you, like an overnight bag or whatever, would still be sitting there on a chair. Excuse me.
Did this room have any windows?
No, because half the guests are, light sensitive. We got kobolds, we got trolls, we got vampires. Light sensitivity windows are kind of a bad thing. So let me give you a quick description of the room.
Yes.
Moving to the right page, realizing that I left it on my physically written page and didn't bother typing it into my... I had one job to do and I forgot. I was busy with something else. Alright, so you're currently sitting on a small, comfortable, dark red flower... Sorry. It's a small room with a comfortable, dark red flower vines wall decor. The bed is king size with blue covers. There happens to be a nightstand with an alarm clock. The alarm clock is completely without power. There's a TV mounted on the wall across from you, under a dresser, with a chair next to it, a nice red chair next to it. It's probably where your, if any carry-alls you have, would be sitting. There's no windows, but there is a small bathroom in the back with liquid soap and a shower stall.
I'm going to open very slowly. Open the door out of the apartment or the room. Slowly open the door out of
the motel. Yeah. you look upon the rather desolate-looking parking lot. It's pitch black outside, as if it's like the middle of the night. However, it was fairly clear last night when you went into your trance, and now it's even less so. You don't see either moon in the sky when you had been seeing at least the red moon rising at the time, because if you looked at the handouts, there's a red moon and a blue and green moon that you can see in the skies, and none of the stars are visible either. It's just kind of a pitch black sky.
Ugh.
And the surrounding street lights are also out. Everything's like dark, so normally you would be seeing lots of stars.
Oh, well, I'm gonna, uh, I'm gonna go to the room Toothless is in, and
You're in room 1, Toothless is in room 2. Toothless, you're startled awake from a dreamless sleep by the knocking on your door.
Well, I'll go up to the door. Is there like this little hole where I can look through?
No, because any ambient lights that could get through those things might be damaging to an undead vampire. So it's kind of designed for them in mind.
Right. Who is there?
it's me, Fawn.
What do you want?
Can you just open the door for a second, please?
I look back. Is Clyde still in the room?
Yeah, he's kind of curled up on the cot that you have for him.
All
It
right,
kind of
I'll
like
open
shifts
the door.
over as if you were waking him up.
I'll open the door. What do you want?
So is everything still pitch black?
Yep. Everything is pitch black. No street lights are on. No stars. No moons. It's all
Is your
very.
phone work?
It's eerily quiet. You don't even hear buzzing insects. And it's because it's early divine. It's summertime. Divine equals summer, so it is summertime.
Toothless, is your phone working?
I look on my phone.
And it has the exact same things on it the way that that your friend companion's Fawn's phone has. It's just no signal, oddly flashing 12, even though cell phones don't do that. Sorry. It's just not kept getting any signal from anywhere.
I guess not.
Didn't think so.
Should we wake up Clyde as well? I don't know. Maybe just in case.
You go wake up Clyde, I'll wake up Haron.
Carrion.
Carrion.
You don't even know the name of your or a new companion, man. Alright, Clyde, wake up, you lazy mutt.
Clyde grumbles some and kind of sits up. What?
Something is going on.
Well, let the authorities deal with it then.
I haven't seen them, and weird shit is going down, so maybe you should stay awake for now. Until
What kind of weird shit? That kind of covers a lot of stuff.
I throw my phone at his face.
Let's see. I have to roll dexterity on Clyde to see if he catches it.
Oh no, you could break your phone.
It's broken. I don't need it anymore.
No, he catches it. He catches it deftly, like not even breaking a sweat. He kind of like looks at it. Huh? Hey, never seen one of these flashing 12s before. He kind of screws up his face a bit. This is weird, man.
Told ya.
Well, what's the problem? Your phone's just screwed up.
Have you? Nothing is working outside. I'll try the light switch in the apartment, if there is one.
There's a light switch by the door, but when you flick it on, no power seems to reach the circuit.
Power outage, maybe, but that doesn't explain the phone.
Well, maybe some kind of electromagnet disruption has occurred.
That doesn't explain why I can't see stars.
Oh, maybe it's a cloudy sky. What do I know? Rumbles at you.
Ah, you're useless.
Yeah. That's what my parents say too. He kind of tosses his hair some and sits up. So, got anything to eat?
No.
You just left me sleeping. I'm hungry.
Go back to sleep then.
Yeah, maybe I will.
So uninterested in weird stuff going on. Go sleep. We don't need you.
Yeah, I don't need you either. But here you are then. You came and get me. So, your next order of business, you said you wish to wake up Karen?
Yes.
Since he is actually going to be joining us shortly, we will now take a quick trip over to Bubba D Land. Assuming that... Oh, no, never mind. No, we don't. He's here. He rides. Seek of the devil.
Talking about the devil.
Such a shame.
Hooray!
Huzzah!
So, carry on. You hear a knocking at your door.
Does it sound familiar knocking? Like the kind somebody would knock that they're annoyed?
It sounds like the type of knocking that's trying to wake you up.
Does it seem urgent?
Yes.
I get up.
Really urgent. Like
Okay.
extremely urgent.
I walk to the door, open the door.
Quick description of your room, Fluffy, since you weren't here for the overview of it. It's small but comfortable. A king-size bed with blue covers, red and white flowery wallpaper, a nightstand with an alarm clock that's currently completely dead, a TV across from the bed, on top of a dresser, or mounted above a dresser, a small red chair next to that, a tiny bathroom with a shower, a liquid soap dispenser. And no windows because it's set up to cater to the undead and other light sensitivity people.
Right. I open the door. Hello.
It's all dark outside. There's no street lights, no stars, not even the moons.
Can you check your phone just in case?
I pull out my phone.
It's saying no service, and on the oddest thing of all, it is flashing 12. Cell phones don't do that.
Huh.
Okay, so nothing. God damn it. Okay.
What did you do?
I'm telling you, man, Clyde says as he comes to the door. It's some kind of electromagnetic disturbance.
I
Who's
doubt
this?
that.
My brainy older brother would be able to tell you that.
Neat.
I think we need to try and figure out what's going on because I can't get any rest like this.
You can't get any rest with no alarm
Actually,
to wake you up.
Currently,
Or phone.
all three of you feel completely rested, as if you've been sleeping for 8 hours, or in the elf's case, meditating for whatever length of time the elf needs to meditate for.
I mean, it's dark. Can't sleep in
Yes,
the dark. Are you afraid of the dark or something?
No. I can see in the dark. I'm fine with the dark.
How about we go talk to the manager? Maybe he knows what's up.
Dumb phone, but sure.
Good idea, Toothless, for once.
Thanks.
Yeah, unlike the rest of the apartments, motel rooms here, the actual office itself has some large windows out front that show into the parking lot. You can see the office as you stare in from there. You see a long counter in the middle of the room that's blocking the rest of it from sight. On the counter, you can see the monitor from the back, and you can see a rack of what looks like brochures and flyers. You saw these very things last night when you were here before. It looks deserted. There's no lights on in there. You don't see any movement either.
Maybe he's out for the night.
I highly doubt that.
Let's just knock on the door for now. And start pounding the door.
As you get over to the door, you can tell that it is closed but not locked.
The door is open. Maybe he's inside. Let's go. And I go inside. Oh,
All
keep
right,
an eye on
roll perception.
Nine.
There's a weird smell in the air, but you can't quite make out what it is.
Kinda,
Hey guys, something's up in here. Can you guys come and smell?
I stick my head in and sniff.
Perception.
It's a smelly kind of smell. It's very smelly.
If I heard someone say that to me, I'm like, no.
Yeah, you can't figure out what the hell that smell is either. I mean, there's definitely some sort of weird odor in this room.
The smell.
Fun?
That's it. It's just a smell.
Guys are useless.
Oh, you come in here and take a sniff.
You take a sniff in the air, and immediately the hackles on the back of your neck, or whatever the equivalent of an ELF's alert system, hits you. That's definitely the smell of blood. And possibly bowels.
Oh. Sam slowly backs away as he's saying, oh. Like, oh.
Oh.
We know it doesn't smell good. What is it?
Oh. Yeah, let's not go in there.
What is it?
Blood?
Oh, good. Party.
All right. I mean, shouldn't we check it out to see if the dude is still alive?
I mean,
If
I
you
don't
want
care.
to do it, go ahead. I'm gonna
None of our
stay
business.
stay back here until you say it's safe.
All right. Oh, I'll go take a peek then. Into the room.
All right.
It's scary room.
You carefully move into the room, and as you get to the counter, behind the counter, you see the source of the odor. But it's not the man that you met last night. It is what appears to be what's left of a young woman.
Oh.
Her long hair is matted in blood. The blood pools out around her. Goddamn! I cannot read my own handwriting.
Welcome
Around
forward.
her. Her phone is visible at her side inside the pool of blood. Yeah, she's laying face down.
Is
There's
there?
no right in there.
But you also can't make out. But her face is slightly turned to the side, and you can tell that it's been completely torn apart. You can't even make out her features.
Is there still the cash? I don't know how to say this in English. The thing where people put the money in, is that still there?
Roll
Register.
investigation check.
I think that's what it is.
Oh my god.
No, you can't make out any. You don't see any like obvious sign of cash or any type of cash box. You also can't make out anything that could be securing cash around her.
Is there anywhere else to go in here?
There might be, but you somebody else would need to roll an investigation check
Yo,
I'll look
guy.
because
No,
you
not
haven't
Fan
noticed.
is hiding out.
Ben is not going in this. This is not part of the job description.
Clyde kind of pokes his head in, and wrinkles his nose. Ugh.
There's that person in here. Nothing that can kill you. It's just a dead person.
There's no doors, but there's the windows, although they're all shut. And there does appear to be a ventilation shaft on one side of the room. The vent seems to be the shaft. Sorry, the ventilation screen appears to be only half attached.
Huh. I've always wanted to say this. It's in the vents.
What's in the vent?
It's doubtful anybody but Toothless could possibly fit in there.
Well, whatever did that.
Should I check it out? I don't wanna.
I wouldn't. I say we just leave the town. That's my opinion.
Yeah, this seems like a good moment to leave the town. Let's go.
It's pit. Oh well, I can. The dock. Okay.
I mean, I think we can all see that maybe Clyde gone, but fuck Clyde, you know.
But we do need to get Clyde out of here.
Yeah, I mean, just all drag him along the floor. I don't care. Just, he doesn't need to see. We can just go. I mean, I can't carry him, that's for sure.
And what just occurred to me. Our car probably isn't working either.
Oh no! Please don't.
Let's check it out.
Let's check out
Okay.
to figure out what I already figured out.
Let's just double check. I mean,
Your car,
might be-
your car is still sitting there in the parking lot in the space reserved for room 2, since it's between all the rooms that you guys were in. All
Fan?
quiet and dark.
Okay, Fan's going to go into the driver's seat and try to start her up.
You don't even hear a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's just completely silent.
You gotta turn the key.
Hey, I drove us here. I know how this works.
Are you sure?
I know, I just kind of was hoping it was an issue of operator error.
I would hit you, but
So I'm probably actually
I-
right there.
I have an idea, and I kick the car as hard as I can.
don't.
You don't even hear the alarm going off the way that you would expect. It's just dead.
Toothless.
Somewhere in the
That's my-
distance, although it appears to be closing in towards this area, you hear a strange gurgling howl sound.
Oh, that's not a good sound.
Let's go back to our room.
I mean, how
About-
about we
How
not?
about one room?
No, how about we don't go in a space with only one entrance?
Well, one entrance is easier to defend.
Yeah,
This is the vent.
Exactly.
unless we can't defend, and then we need to run away.
This is true. This is very true.
Okay, then, Toothless, where are we going to?
How
Go.
about just in the middle of the street? Just
In the middle of the street, where we
Yeah.
can get surrounded?
Yeah.
A second answering howl appears to be very much closer than the first.
All right, let's go into the room. I had a stupid idea. Let's go.
We all go in one room.
In the
Fan's
room.
room.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna go into the room Clyde was in.
Alright, so that'd be room 2. And it's over here.
Wait, does anybody have a room on the second floor, or are we all on the first?
You're on the
floor?
first floor.
Oh, right.
Is there a vent in this room?
Yes.
We should probably
Oh.
watch that.
Yeah.
about-
Stuck near the
Go
ceiling.
with this.
Are we bored? How about we don't have anything to board then?
As you guys close the door, you vaguely hear another howl. But you do not hear anything further.
I will break a chair so that I have like the bottom part where you sit on.
The chair is one of those nice chairs with the fabric and upholstery, and it's like basically got two big legs that come down. Not the chair with like the four legs or anything like that. It's like just got like two big legs. It's very bulky and really difficult to break. You'll have to roll a strength check.
Can I try to make a hit? Because the strength check isn't gonna go well.
All right,
That's something I
roll try to roll a hit then, because you're doing something different. Ugh. Your hands just basically hit something nice and soft. They try to sink in, causing no damage to the chair.
Damn it.
I've unholstered my gun, by the way. I'm kind of checking it, making sure it's working condition.
Is there a
It
wooden
appears to be
table?
working just fine. You heard the bolt slide back. You know all the normal things that the gun sounds like.
So we've only heard that
There's
one
no
house
table,
since
there's a
we
dresser.
came into the. We've only heard one house since we came into the room, correct?
Correct. Yes. Now everything's quiet again, except for you guys talking. So, on that note, while you guys are hiding in that room, we're going to take a brief check on Bubba Dee Bubba Die. Doc? Dave? There? Hello?
Just typing.
Anyone else make any of that out?
Hello.
Hello?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Ow. Oh. So what's
You
up?
okay?
Yep.
Elsewhere.
Oh.
Excuse me. You are in the hospital.
What I do?
Right. I was going to use this page for now. Or, no, actually, I'll use a blank page. On the 25th of Divine, you were working your shift as normal at the hospital, evening, and you had just gone into one of the on-call rooms to take a nap when you started hearing gunshots. Now, I don't know how you would normally react to this. Perhaps you would, rush out and try to help, but for whatever reason, whether that's your choice or this would be your choice, you ended up just barricading the door to the on-call room and decide to, okay, shit, I'm going to wait this out, sort of thing. So,
No, he's gonna bust the door down. He's like, hold on, what the
No.
hell is going on?
no, that's what I said. I said, regardless of what your normal operating procedure is, you find yourself
Gotcha.
barricading the door as if you're seized by a sudden panicking need. This is something that hasn't really hit you before, but you have seen other people acting erratically recently, and perhaps you just sort of succumb temporarily to the stress.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know,
Definitely
you're just
something
barricading that door and pushing something in front of it. And by the time that you realize you can't even hear the gunshots anymore, you've discovered that you've fallen asleep, there in the corner. When you finally come to, your neck is a bit stiff. You don't hear any sounds of gunshots anymore. You don't hear any people screaming. You don't hear sirens. You're just kind of in the on-call room. A small little space with a couple of beds, and now one of the bunk beds is stacked up against the door.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'm gonna leave. Oh, what the hell was all that bullshit? Never been compelled to not go and help people. There's a very foreign feeling. So yeah, I'm gonna go out and I barricaded the room because my original thought was I don't want those interns to bother me while I was
You're you're on the second floor of the hospital at the moment. Hospital.
pretty hospital.
It's so pretty. Oh, so pretty.
So you're up on the second floor. As you look out, the hallway is pitch black. Even the emergency lights seem to be not working at the moment. You know from orientation that the emergency generator is somewhere in the basement, past the small morgue.
Guess I'll head to
Alright, well, you're on the second floor. You're basically in the dark. And at first you think you not think, you seem to be alone. Roll a perception check.
Bam. Oh shit. I'm just walking down the hallway, talking loudly to myself.
You start hearing the scrabbling of feet and the weird snuffling noise. Excuse me.
Fuck. The hell was that? With my imagination.
It's followed soon by a soft growl. But it's not like a growl of a creature that you'd recognize right off. It sounds rather strange.
Who let a dog in the hospital? Some interns. Is it based on that? Is it how close is it, or would I not?
It's down the hall from you.
Oh, is it in the direction that I'm going?
No, it's behind you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. I think. I guess I'll just keep going. The direction that.
Back to the IMARU group.
All right.
You're still barricaded in room 2 of the motel.
Currently.
Just back to motel.
I can finish what I was doing now. Cool.
I get my cigarette in my mouth, but I don't want it lit. I just have it in my mouth.
Bud kind of looks back and says, okay, so what are we going to do now? We're just going to sit here and hope that help comes to us? Is that the plan?
Yes.
Huh.
I mean, I'm not going out there again. That's for sure.
Our goal here is to make sure you don't get hurt. Well, you killed
Yeah.
them in one piece.
Really? My father said one piece.
Sadly, yes.
Well, maybe the old man's going soft.
I think he said if anything happens to you, we'll be fired, or worse. Was it worse? I think it was worse.
Well, he
It
could
was
always
most
send you to his lab. You know what he does in his lab, right?
I don't
Such
wanna.
a fun things.
Terrible.
But I'd rather not.
Oh, he does all sorts of stuff down in his lab. I've heard these big monsters down there.
Trust me, if you die, I'm never returning back.
And, what? Run away? Like you're doing
Yep.
now?
Probably.
Hiding?
Oh, you're hiding as well.
Well, I'm only hiding because I have to. Because you're not going to let me go anywhere, right? Besides, I'm unarmed.
Lies, Sander.
As you guys, stand there kind of watching the front door, which one of you is watching the vent?
That would be Carrion.
Roll perception.
Perception. Roll better this time, damn it. That's not. Well, that's technically better.
Well, you still don't notice anything until you see what looks like a large, well, not a large, it would be a small, but, a much bigger than a normal size, than the average spider type creature's limb kind of like thrust in between the vent slats, reaching towards one of the little screws in there on the side.
Guys.
Kill it with fire now. I don't want to know what it is. Just kill it. I throw a dagger at it.
A dagger,
Roll your-
really?
Roll your dagger
That's
throw.
too big, but
Oh, wow, okay.
You roll a dart.
Timmy Turner's dead.
You hear this weird screaming noise that does not belong to a spider. It sounds more like the sound a rat might make as it's dying. You completely sever that limb, and so much blood just comes gushing out from the wound that you just hear it collapsing behind the vent. Somehow you've managed to kill it with a dart to one leg. Traumatic injury. There we go.
That was effective.
Wow, okay. Good job, Toothless.
Your panicked attack seemed to work.
why didn't you guys do anything? Why do I have to do all the work? That's unfair.
I was going to fire at it, but then you threw a dart.
I was gonna use a fireball, a fireball, but you acted before me.
Toothless. Roll a will save.
Shit. With
Karen's actually slightly amused by this entire situation.
no.
Yeah, Toothless is
Oh,
freaking
no.
out.
Damn it, Toothless. Shut up.
You basically have this picture, Toothless, you currently have this picture in your head of some kind of rat and spider hybrid lurking in the vents.
We're gonna get murdered. I don't want to
Toothless,
get
calm
murdered.
down.
You've killed it
killed
already.
It's
It's
dead. It won't come back.
No, there are more.
I slap
There are more spiders. Ow!
Calm down.
Why?
Because if there are more, screaming makes them come to us. Yes?
Yes. I think.
Right now, there's a dead whatever it is in there. Hopefully that would deter them from coming further.
I don't know.
I mean, they are intelligent, it seemed like, if it was reaching for its screw.
Yeah.
We'll be fine, okay, Toothless?
Besides, we have these, and I kind of wave my gun in the air.
And plus, I have my magic, so we should be
Okay.
fine.
I don't want to get close to it, but could you grab my dart?
I walk over to grab the dart.
Thank you. I'll stay in that corner for now, crying.
Aww. Poor Toothless.
Does my flashlight work on my phone?
Yes, the fastlight feature does work.
I look up in the vent.
You can see a lot of blood just dripping down from the side of that vent. The vent is still attached. Looks like there are 4 screws holding it together.
Do I see whatever died in there, or is it further in, kind of around the corner of it?
You can't exactly make it out. You know there's a body laying there next to that, but you can't make out any of its features with the vent cover attached.
I say we leave the vent attached until it does.
Yes, exactly. We don't want to encourage whatever they are.
All 3 of you roll perception checks.
Hooray! Now, I know you're getting better, but roll better than better.
Oh, I hope you roll better.
Dirty 20.
Yes!
Fun and Toothless, you're too busy crying in the corner to notice anything. Fun. I don't know what you're doing, but you're also distracted and don't notice
I'm
anything.
distracted by Toothless.
Yeah, that's most likely it.
I blame
Fluffy, on the other hand, you're completely fixated on this vent, and so you notice when you hear more sounds of something kind of spider-like walking through it, and when it gets to the to the body you're trying to catch a glimpse of behind that slat, it kind of like just pulls it away. You just kind of see the movement behind the vent cover.
Huh. Now the body's gone.
the
But
what?
then
Sorry? Body's gone?
It took the body.
What took the body?
Fun, roll a wisdom save.
Oh.
I love how Kieran's just like, I don't give a fuck.
We're good. Just continue on.
One of those, whatever they are. Sound like a spider.
Demons of
Uh.
demons coming for her soul.
That reminds me of a different
Calm
type of story.
down.
You see, I was once working this gig, right, where I had to sneak in. We came in as exterminators, and then well, we actually had to exterminate a large nest of wasps.
Is that
Clive
it?
got so stung up, it was hilarious. He looked like a bloody mushroom.
Okay.
But I don't think these are wasps.
No, that's definitely not wasp. You said it sounded like a spider?
There's still part of a leg, kind of like laying there on the right in front of where the vent meets the wall. It's kind of laying there on the floor, beyond the layer of blood.
Van will have a closer look at the leg.
Roll me an investigation check. Poor Toothless is still whimpering in the corner.
Ugh. I noticed.
Yeah, you have no idea what it is. It just looks like something. You know that it's not human. You know that it's not a humanoid limb. That's all you can really tell.
Can I look at it over his shoulder?
Yes.
That's a leg.
I kind of rest my head on his shoulder as I look at it.
You stroke his back gently.
Okay. Okay, carry on. It definitely resembles a spider, something much larger than a tarantula, but and hairy, and as hairy as it is. But the hairs are not like that of a tarantula. They do definitely seem more like rat hairs that are attached to this limb. But the configuration is exactly like that of a spider.
Well, that looks like a large tarantula leg, but with rat hair as opposed to normal.
Oh, so a spider rat.
Spider rat.
Yes.
Hey, Clyde says. That's exactly what Toothless said.
Yes, it was. But then he started going and screaming.
I think he's losing his mind. Clyde kind of pokes at Toothless.
Don't laugh at me! I will punch you in the face!
I wouldn't
All right.
suggest he snaps like that.
And you've already seen that he's deadly when he's panicking.
Oh, yes. Well, that could be good, you know? Maybe he could take care of whatever's outside.
No.
I'm not going outside.
I'm beginning to think that being here is not any safer.
I mean, it's that now.
I mean,
We will have to sleep eventually.
Do you
You guys just woke up and you're completely fully yes, you're fully rested as of right now. You just woke up from sleeping, so
how about we wait till it's light out and then we go?
What if it's never light out?
There's no moon, no stars.
No way to
Something
find.
is not
And
right.
our phone's not saying the right time, unless if it's forever 12.
All right, so you want to go outside right now? Be my guest. I'm going first.
I'm not going outside.
Like I imagine he looks at the door for a second, debates for just a split second.
Just like first, like looked at the door, like no, I'm not going out.
Then perhaps we should block the vent in some way.
Oh,
I mean,
how
it's
do we?
al- It's
How tall is
already
this
locked.
bed? Like long ways.
It could reach up there, except that the where the vent is right at the junction of the rest of the room and the bathroom. So if you were to block, the only way to block the vent would be to block the passageway to the bathroom, basically.
How about, give me a second. I need to think about this. How about we don't fuck with the vent because it needs to go through the screws, and we can see it now, so we can kill it when it's trying to get through the screws. If we put something in front of it, and it somehow manages to get the screws out, we're fucked.
Asmore was just saying wedging it shut so they couldn't open it.
No, sure. I mean, maybe. Wait. What about the toilet? Can't shit come up through there too?
Well,
What do you say,
if
Tiffany?
shit starts backing up through there, I think we have a
bathroom.
bigger
Okay.
issue. Or if you mean those creatures.
I
No.
think he means those creatures.
They seem a
Well,
little too
Clyde
big.
says, if it is a rat, it could potentially fit through there. You've heard,
You're
I've all
not
heard the
helping.
stories, haven't you?
You're not helping the situation.
Hey, I never said it'd be helpful.
Just shut up.
He grins evilly at Fun. Make me.
My tail kind of wraps around his little waist there. And
He looks
grinning.
over at Carrion and grins back. If it wasn't for these two.
I'm gonna check the bathroom. Just to be safe. Just to make sure, and I kind of pat the Toothless on the head. For you. And expecting to see nothing, I open the bathroom door.
You just see a small bathroom. It's dark in there.
Ah! Ah!
There's a mirror above the sink. There's a small
Start
shower stall. Toothless, how would you like to react? You're hearing Carrion scream.
Ah! He's been eaten! I'm gonna walk up to the door and try to open it.
Alright.
Get out of here!
I hold.
I'm leaning in the hallway now, laughing.
Fun, roll dexterity.
With every second.
Alright, you managed to grab Toothless before he could make it to the door.
Don't go anywhere, Toothless. It's fine. I'm sure.
Did you hear that? That doesn't sound fine.
I think it's fine.
What? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
This
What
is
happened?
grinning from ear to ear at this point.
What
Toothless,
happened?
You're not going out the door, right? Got it?
Sure, let the little guy go. Come on. Let him open the door. What's the worst that can happen? Some demon dogs from hell come and rip us apart?
Yes.
That's not the worst that can happen.
Oh.
My mistakes. For real.
Yeah, worse things could happen, but still, I wanna be a bit positive here. Come on.
I mean,
Okay, Toothless, what is the worst thing that could happen?
I don't know. Do I look like a genius? No?
You look like a kobold to me.
Yeah, exactly. Are kobolds known to be smart? They're not. But I sure as hell know there's scarier things than a demon hound. Or whatever the hell you said.
Well, if you know that there's scarier things than a demon hound, just tell us. What is it? What's scarier than a demon hound?
I don't know. Big lizards? Like dragons and shit? No.
How about
And like,
demon rat spiders?
yeah, or like demon kings, or like
Carry on.
devils,
Roll
or
roll
like-
perception.
Oh, goody.
or like I don't know, an evil wizard.
All right.
I'm
So the
distracted
first,
by this.
you guys are all distracted by Toothless at this point, and Toothless is distracted by himself. And suddenly there is a banging sound coming from the vent.
Oh no.
Oh. I
Are you
immediately
checking the vent?
dart to the main room.
Well, that's right next to you. So, actually, it's more like this at the moment. So, like the vent is like pushing inward. A screw pops loose and it falls at your feet, and more spider-like limbs come forcing themselves through the gap.
I'll throw it.
Oh yeah, I am not standing there anymore. I'm darting.
Ah!
Gun out, and I'm aiming at the vent.
Yeah, Toothless completely misses. Actually, that's a critical miss. So,
Oh no.
Oh, that can down people.
that does carry on as he tries to dart away.
Oh shit! Goodbye.
8 HP.
Right in the ass. Right between the cheeks. Bullseye.
So yeah,
Wait.
you know basically you just got hit by with a dart right in the neck, and I think that drops you.
Yep. I am 0. Exactly.
So yeah, you collapse onto the bed, the dart in your neck having hit the most vital spot in your body.
Oh my god, Toothless.
Man, you take care of that spidey thing. Glad-
Okay. Oh no. I didn't get to damn it. Oh.
As the
Initiative
spider rat
three.
comes crawling out of the vent and lands on the ground. It really does look like the bastard offspring of a rat and a spider. A rat's body and head with 8 spider limbs just kind of sticking around there instead of normal rat feet.
Sorry, carry on. Was an accident.
Death by teammates.
But teammate, I did nothing.
Well, at least I go last.
At least you're not gonna get murdered.
Clyde doesn't have any weapons on him, so he's kind of useless at the moment.
I mean, he can punch shit. You can still punch shit if you don't have weapons.
You can try to stabilize Carrion.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, he'll do that. Yeah, he can do that.
Save the devil man. Save the wild.
You're never gonna joke with Toothless again.
Probably not. No. Who makes sure he's behind Toothless? At all times. Out of line of fire.
Oh wow. He flies very, very fast apparently.
Yeah, Clyde turns over to Carrion and just kind of tries to work to stabilize him, and succeeds. Clyde, Carrion, you're now stabilized.
Hooray!
Yeah, you're no
Fun.
longer bleeding. Magic missile at that whatever it is.
Told Spider-Man not to do those experiments.
Oh. That wasn't good.
Actually, it was. That first one dies on impact, but a second one drops out of the vent.
What? Okay.
Toothless.
I'll run up over here, scared as hell, and I'll try to stab it with my short sword. Take this, you! Ah!
Oh my god, Toothless managed to kill. So both spider rats die, pretty much immediately to you guys. There's now 2 bodies laying there. One was destroyed by the spell attack. The other one has been cleaved in 2 by the short sword.
I'll use my bonus action to kick the corpse.
Don't mess with Toothless when he's scared.
13 experience points for everybody.
Hooray!
Yay.
I can earn experience with my eyes closed.
Gary, are you alright? I'm like super sorry, man. It was an accident. You just happened to like come in front of where I was throwing, man. You need to be more careful where you're walking. Now, take my touch, or is the dart already out of his neck?
Yeah, Clyde hands it back to him as he's applying a bandage to Carrion's neck.
Just for warning, you see what happens when you fuck with me, so don't do that, alright?
I'm sure I'm still unconscious at this point.
Yeah.
I'm hearing none of this.
You're going to be unconscious until you get a short rest, which you will do when I switch over briefly to see what Bubba D's doing, as he's currently moving down a hallway.
Well, while you do that, I'm going to go get a drink.
I'm so sorry, man.
That was hilarious. It was like immediate karma. I love it.
I've got a feeling like it's right in my neck.
So Bubba makes it down to the end of the corridor, and he still continues to hear a snuffling and claw scraping to his back.
At this point, Bubba's gonna reach behind his back and pull out the warhammer that he keeps with him.
On duty? Why do you have a warhammer? You're a medic. I'm sorry, you're a doctor. Why would you have a warhammer?
Who wouldn't want a warhammer?
You have to defend the reason to actually have a warhammer on duty with you for the last.
He's an ex-soldier. He's an ex-soldier, so he likes to keep stuff on him just in case. Regardless of he doesn't use it to attack patients. He just keeps it on him.
Roll a 1d20.
Okie dokie. Uh, 19.
All right. So basically the hospital staff decided that yes, you could carry a warhammer with you, but especially lately, the last couple of days, things have been getting more weird. But they've also warned you that you're responsible if one of the crazies manages to take it off of you and use it. So.
Fair enough. Anywho, I'm gonna continue going towards the basement.
Alright. You hear a soft growling sound behind you. Whatever it is seems to be getting closer. You're on the right of you is a door to another to a patient room. To the left of you is the rest of the corridor, and straight in front is there's nothing much. It's just the end of a hallway.
Alright, so to my left is the corridor. Behind me, there's
to the left is a door. To your right is where the corridor bends.
I'm gonna check the patient room, see if there's patients there and how they're.
You duck into the patient room. All right.
House call.
Seems pretty empty in here, sterile. But you hear whatever it is, bumping up against the door that you just closed behind you.
Huh.
You hear it scratching lightly against the door, and then the sound kind of fading away.
I was like, huh. Whatever. He doesn't swing the door open. He just kind of stands behind it and uses it while walking backward.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna look out and see if there's anything there.
Alright, and we will continue that in just a minute.
Cliffhanger.
Alright. Short rest is over. Carry on. You managed to recover some of your HP.
Could I roll hit dice?
You finally wake up from your unconsciousness.
Hey.
Your head is pounding and your neck feels very sore. The last thing you remember is you were you're getting at your gun and diving to the side, and then there was a sudden sharp pain in your neck, and now you're looking up at people while on the bed.
Are you alright, Carrion?
If you're going to inject me or something, at least give me permission first.
I'm so sorry, man. It was an accident.
I kind of feel where the on my neck. Huh. Who bandaged me up?
That'd be me, Clyde says.
Very well done.
Happens when you have shoulder training. You at least learn how to make a dressing. Even if you don't serve as a medic, you learn that.
Well,
That was a counter.
I don't think I want to deal with those things again, or at least not be in between Toothless and them again.
I kind of don't want to deal with them ever again, honest.
Should we open the door to check if it's better outside now?
Fan checks his phone.
It's still the same. Flashing 12 and no signal.
It's gonna be the
After
same.
After you, Toothless, go ahead, check the door. I'll be behind you.
I'll give Clyde some darts to poke things with, so he gets 5 darts, so he can do something at least.
Hey, thanks.
I'll open the door.
Alright.
How's it
Outside, even though you heard nothing in the last hour that you've been resting, the car has been completely flipped over, and it looks like gouges have been taken out of the sides of it.
No! The car! Fan
Well,
just
then.
drops to his... The car! Why the car? It was useless! At least you could have kept it in 1p.
Yeah. I think that's coming out of your pay.
We're not getting paid, so it's not coming out of anyone's pay.
Yeah. How is it clearer, or is it just pitch black still?
Still pitch black.
Shit. I don't think this is gonna get any better.
I mean, it's gotta stop eventually. How do these people live in this town?
I
don't think this is normal.
Yeah, I don't want to know if this is normal, but let's assume it's not. How about we go to the police bureau, I guess? Maybe they know something?
We don't want to go there.
I mean, maybe to the hospital for carrier?
Supplies. And I kind of rub my neck.
Yeah, Clyde looks over at Carrie and says, yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, let's get them fixed up.
Alright. So we're going to the hospital, right?
Yeah. Now, Carrion, stay behind me.
I was gonna say, he is behind you, and if you ever turn, he stays behind you. Out of line of sight.
But he's leaning over you. Carrion's like twice Toothless's size, possibly larger than that.
I think you're more dangerous than my gun.
If you see anything, tell me. All right, because
everyone just stay really aware. We can't risk them coming up on us.
Yeah.
I'm keeping an eye out.
All right, let's go. Does anybody know where the hospital is?
Clyde thinks for a minute. Well, I had some time to look around this place. It's not too far from here. He kind of like gives some general directions. You just go up Main Street till you hit Spring Street and go down there. It's right past the police station. But it like points way down the street, which is close to where the mall is.
Okay.
Should we take like main roads or like side roads? Maybe.
If there's any side roads, then
Yeah,
possibly
there's
go
a side road.
instead of the main road.
Sorry. There's a side road right here where the motel is. The motel is on the junction of Main Street and Red Street. Red Street's the side road. The Red Street goes primarily to the prison, then hooks up with another another street, and heads down towards the hospital. It goes right past the train station.
How do you guys?
The train station sounds like a hotspot. For all we know, there could be a lot of them there, or we don't even know how these things gather. So
I mean, I don't think the hospital is gonna be too safe, but maybe just check it out for Carrion's sake. And
yeah,
if nobody's there. I don't know. Let's just go. I don't like it.
We need something for Carrion. He's still injured.
Yeah, if he gets hit by anything, he's down again, and I don't think we want that.
I don't want it. Shall we go? And I'm gonna kind of keep an eye out while being behind Toothless.
Yeah, as we're making. So, which way are we gonna go? The main road or the side road?
I don't know.
I say we let him go.
Let's take the main road just because there's more ways to avoid some things if we happen to meet something, I guess.
Okay, so we're going main road up until Spring Street. Correct?
Yeah.
I say that more to Clyde.
Clyde kind of nods. Yeah, that sounds about right. Hey, we could probably stop by the watering hole on the way there.
I don't think that's a good idea, but sure, let's go. No, I do need a drink, so maybe.
I don't think anybody would I think someone would probably be dead.
I'm back again.
Alright, as they begin to start on their way, out on the streets and everything, Abadi is just poking his head out and looking around the what appears to be now empty corridor.
Alright, I roll out of the room and then continue down the corridor.
Alright. The stairs down are almost right next to you. So since you said you were just wanting to head down, you start down the stairs. You start to hear, as soon as you hit the first floor, you hear a weird scuttling noise kind of echoing in the stairwell.
Oh, it's you, Jeeves. I'm just gonna continue towards the stairs.
Alright. As you continue on your stairway, you eventually make it down to the basement. There's another scuttling noise. It seems to be much closer. Roll perception check.
Already. That's better than last time.
You can kind of make out something scuttling in the darkness at your feet. It kind of vanishes before you get a good look at it, hiding behind something else.
Vision.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's because it's stuck in behind something else. You basically pick up. You basically, because dark vision doesn't let you see in color, so there's still contrast issues.
So it's hiding behind something?
You basically just saw it dart underneath or behind something.
He kind of narrows his eyes and continues to look for the backup lights.
All right. On one side of you is the doors to the morgue. Another corridor heads off with a laundry, and you see the utility room with a big lock on it. Roll perception again, please.
Aye. There we go.
This time you see the creature that's scuttling around down here much clearer. And of course it's the same description I gave the other group. It has the body of a spider, but the body of a rat with the legs of a spider. It looks up with its glowing eyes and just hisses at you.
I hiss back.
Remember, you do not have armor. You're actually unarmored at the moment, but you do have a weapon.
Yeah. I don't have a. Oh, there I am. There we go. Oh, wait, where's some more? So my armor class would be 11.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
What did I miss? Did Boba D, Boba die?
Not yet.
What's your HP?
11.
Oh, no.
Your HP is also 11? Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
So, the rat thing just rushes at you and immediately goes in for a bite. Kind of sinks its little teeth into your ankle.
Oh, you little ankle biter. Is that how you like to play? I'll make sure this motherfucker dies. Is that how you like to play, huh? I raise my hammer, and my hammer begins to glow like fiery hot as I cast Searing Smite on my hammer. And let's first level Searing Smite. So
Alright.
I need to make.
You have to hit. It says the next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon, you have to actually hit it first.
Yeah, well, it's bonus action, though.
But it only applies if you actually hit it, which you do not. The hammer basically smashes into the ground next to the spider rat as it dances away, letting go of your ankle, but leaving the blood behind. It lunges in again, right as you start lifting your hammer once more. And manages to miss you, tripping on its own legs.
Can I step on it?
Makes a little squealing noise. You can try. You get advantage on your next attack against it.
Fair enough.
Also, Searing Smite still triggers.
Yep, Searing Smite is still cast on his hammer, so it says next time you make a hit with it.
Alright, we're hammer time. Bam!
And this time you basically smash it with your hammer, and it turns into bloody pulp.
It's on fire too, but...
Yeah, well the fire pretty much...
Burst in the flames.
Yeah, and turns into like bloody pulp on the ground.
I don't know what
so
that
you
D4
get
is.
25 XP.
I don't know what that 4 damage is. I'll have to... Oh, you know what? That might be two-hand. Ah, damn pest.
Alright, so that's the first time you've ever seen anything like that.
Anywho, I will continue on doing what I'm doing. With, hammer in hand.
And you've come to a locked door for the utility room, which contains the backup generator.
I know what to do with that lock. That. Just take the hammer.
You dented a bit, but it's still attached.
I'm gonna do it again.
That's one sturdy lock.
Yeah, no shit.
What is this for that's on the side of your warhammer?
I don't know. I brought it in from the compendium.
Alright.
That's for the first one is one hand, second one is first style, I think.
Okay.
And it keeps.
Yeah, so the second hit does it. The second hit breaks the lock off and drops it to the ground.
And they said this Warhammer wouldn't come in handy. I sure showed them.
I'm sure there's
And,
a key somewhere.
That's
He probably had a
he did
key.
use the key.
It's like
He did use a key. His hammer is the key.
that seems
That's
like a
actually
very
his door
costly.
key. That's his door key to his house. This is his hammer. He just
You must
sticks it
be
in.
spending a lot of money on repairs.
I mean,
Dr.
he's-
Bubba is a doctor.
yeah, they're making a lot of money. He's gonna be fine.
So I'm gonna go and continue my journey.
Alright. You're inside the utility closet now. The backup generator is right in front of you. It
I
seems to
will
be
attempt
completely
to turn it
intact. Roll an intelligence check.
Woo! I've forte. See?
You stare at it and realize you don't actually know which one of these levers and buttons and cranks will actually turn it on.
Let's use all of them then. Let's
Oh
just
my
start
god, no.
making levers.
Oh boy.
This is gonna be
Roll a 1d20.
What do you mean? This is gonna be great.
rolls on that one. Oh. I was gonna say rolls on that one. That would have been bad.
I probably could just re-roll intelligence because I have a plus
Alright.
0 to it.
You managed to get one of your fingers caught and take 1 point of damage.
Son of a bitch!
How?
The contraption still isn't on.
I'm gonna roll another intelligence check.
Yes.
Oh, right. Ready?
Nope, you
Even
still have
with the
no
boss-
clue.
His
He's
eyes
like,
kind of go
fuck
different
it.
directions.
No,
Yes,
he's like,
that's obviously.
he's like, fuck it. I'm going home. There's a Bradley.
Okay. Back to the other group.
Wait, he just gave up on turning back the power generator?
Hey, the power is off. He's not obligated to be there anymore.
That's right, you guys desecrated the front room. Hold on 1 second. Just getting all this
Well,
weird
it's
stuff
not that.
off the map.
Is
It's
the
not
girl
desecrated anymore.
is the girl from the ring also there?
No, this is just the start area for random stuff.
I still see desecration.
Wish
Yeah.
I could change the dice.
And over there.
I like how evil Fluffy is the only one who can see shit.
Random stuff I
And
can't
even I-
see.
Even I couldn't see what happened when you piss off Kobold.
Yeah, you were
Kobold,
kind of-
kobold!
Hey, it was funny at the time.
God damn it.
Bubba D's one of Bubba's favorite patients is the Cobalt.
Ren.
He's the only patient that provides a challenge.
God damn it. I don't know who did that to the front page, but I can't move anything.
That's weird.
Alright, so this is basically just you guys walking down a street.
I assume Clyde's in the front, or
Well, you want a Toothless. I don't think you want Clyde in the back. You know, who knows? He might run away.
well, I don't want Toothless behind me.
Yeah, that's why Toothless is out in front. You can't hurt any of you with random death throws.
Alright. I'm keeping an eye out for anything that might make Toothless throw something at me.
And then just keeping an eye out for anything out of the ordinary.
As you leave the motel parking lot, you could see a gas station across the street from you. Its lights are equally off. There's like a small car sitting off to one side. The pumps seem to be intact. You can see windows into the gas station proper itself, but you don't see any activity coming from over there. To continue along the road, you just walk north.
We're just heading to the hospital, I think.
We should just keep going. Let's
Okay.
not go to the gas station.
Well, let's not run around without going somewhere in a murderous place for now. We don't know what's going on, so let's just get going.
As you continue to walk north, past the entrance to Red Street, you can see that the diner is off on your left, pretty much on the other side from the motel. Its lights are off again. You can see a bunch of front windows, and no activity inside.
Hmm,
No reason to go in there.
I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Other
Continuing
places of
on,
interest would be the hospital or the police station for me.
continuing along
Yeah.
north, on your right, you see a sign for a street called Business Street. The watering hole is also in front of you on your right. Unlike the other buildings, which were all dark, you can see a bit of a light peeking out from a slightly open door into the watering hole.
Light?
Yep.
Should we go check it out?
That seems like it's almost worth investigating.
Yeah, let's go, but be cautious. And once again, Karen, be
Ben
careful.
is always cautious right now.
Guns out and ready to fire above Toothless. Because he's
Alright.
short.
As you get to the watering hole, you can just make out the front end of a shotgun poking out from between the door slats. The door is slightly ajar, letting loose some light, and there's a shotgun aimed at you.
Hello.
Huh. Hello.
You hear a dwarven voice from inside. Real people! The door opens
Yes.
wide, and you see a dwarf that you actually saw the night before, just last night, standing there holding a shotgun at the door. He is looking a bit rumpled, as if he's worn the same clothes for days, even though he looked, fine just last night. And you've noticed that there's other changes to the diner as soon as you walk in. Not diner, sorry, the watering hole as soon as you walk in. Well, before there were, doors on the kitchen, doors, all around. All of the doors had been, except for the door to the front here, had been removed, and most of them are being used to barricade this door that you just came in. So you can see directly into the kitchen. You can see, into this little basement area over here, and everything else. The air inside here just kind of smells like the people milling around haven't showered or bathed in days, possibly even weeks, and yet it smelled just like any other tavern just last night. You see some of the same people, several kobolds, several kobolds. They'll look up at look up at you. They kind of smile a bit at Toothless, so to speak, as if they're happy to see another kobold. But they also look like they're kind of worse for wear. Their clothing is a bit disheveled, where before it was fine. And most strikingly of all, that ogre that was in wearing a suit. He's still wearing a suit, but it looks like he's been wearing it for weeks, and it was perfectly pressed the night before.
Most important thing, where's the cat?
It's still there. It's kind of like they're making, kind of chasing its tail on the countertop. It's looking adorable.
Oh, I have a question. And I look at the door.
Okay, the drow is still there, but I don't know where her picture went. I'll find it.
So Karen turns to the dwarf. How long have you been in here?
It's been a few weeks. We've been tracked.
A few weeks?
Yes.
About
I take it that for you, that you were just asleep and everything was normal last night, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, you've experienced some time dilation there, laddie.
I don't think Alice can fully experience something like that.
Well, you have. If you want to know more, go talk to her. He points over at the drow woman. Her what was before very nice, robes or dress or whatever she was wearing, is now, like, again, equally wrinkled and, clearly she's been wearing it for a while and hasn't been able to change her clothing.
I would gladly
She is the one that explained it once we figured out what was going on.
I'd gladly go and talk to her some more.
I'll go pet the cat.
The cat meows softly and licks your hand.
Where's Clyde?
Oh, he's with you. I just forgot to put a token on here.
Oh, okay. I'll probably sit there then.
The drow seems to be sipping on some sort of really weak-smelling tea. He looks up. I remember you. I guess you guys did not get out of town before all this happened.
We didn't have a chance to get out of town. Second we went to sleep, well, second day went to sleep and I, in my trance, we woke up to all this.
She nods sadly, finished sipping on her tea some more. Yes, I suppose for you it's still, what, the late 25th, early 26th?
Yes, that would be correct.
For the rest of us, it's been a few weeks. We're running low on food and supplies in here. Unfortunately,
only gonna get fired for this job.
Unfortunately, only one of the runner groups ever came back.
Oh, have you seen any little spider rats?
She nods. They are quite nasty.
Not as nasty as the kobold.
But they are the least of the worries. They're just minor scavengers compared to the real threats out there.
Oh, goody.
Carry on, roll a will save.
Yay!
Sorry, wisdom save. Oh! Something goes wrong in your brain when she says that. It's as if, like, suddenly, like, the rat spiders and this time issue are the least of the problems, but something really, really bad is going on. Your brain feels temporarily broken. Yes. Darian kind of sighs and looks over at Fawn. I think we should give him a little time. He's attempting to process all this.
Yeah, well, he did kind of get hit by a dart from Toothless, so...
Yeah, he's the most dangerous thing in this room currently, I can think.
So I'd assume he's kind of shook up.
Well, I know you took none of my classes, but I am a professor of planar theoretical physics. And my theory on this matter is that somehow the normal flow of the normal relationship to time and everything around us has changed. I know that you might have known this if you ever traveled through planes, that time moves differently in different areas. The Feywilds is one of the great examples of this. Different sections of the Feywilds have completely different relationships to time. And somehow such a thing has happened here. Something is compressing the space or plane around this town that's causing time dilations, along with other issues. And it seems to be centralized around the relationship of rooms. So I'm guessing it has something to do with the spirit plane, known also as the ether. GM note that when I say spiritual plane or ethereal, it might mean something different in my universe than it does in any other game you've ever played. The way I see it, like, that's the plane of ethereal is the plane of spirits. You ever seen the movie Spirited Away? Or, like, studied Japanese? It's kind of like that, where the concept is, like, buildings, places all have spirit attachments, and therefore, their relationship is different on that plane than observable on this plane, if you know what I mean. So, like, an individual place or building or even room might have a completely different spirit attached to it than, a different building next to it, etc. So,
okay.
So that's basically what she's talking about. And something's affecting the time in relationship to that. So even closing a door will potentially alter the time, what time is on either side.
Oh, okay.
We found that out the hard way some time ago when a little goblin decided to head down to the basement to get some supplies. After an hour, we actually decided to go look for him. We figured that maybe he was just having a panic attack down there, and it was, it's happened all to all or even most of us at some time or another. Panic attacks, bad dreams. She sighs. But after only an hour had gone by and we went to check on him, we discovered he'd been trapped down there for weeks and had died of starvation. And kind of shook her head. And after that happened, Mac decided that we need to get rid of all the doors and keep even the one to the front here slightly open. Adlar's not currently at the watering hole. Sorry, Rick. Took me a moment to notice that.
Interesting.
So he's not performing. That's sad.
Any idea how this would? Any idea how to solve it?
She shook her head. Not without knowing what caused it. Whatever caused it probably also caused the monsters too, unless they just got released from something like the abyss or something like that. Something that's caused a change in spiders and rats. Something that's caused a change in dogs and in people. All sorts of things.
Clyde?
Clyde looks over at you guys. Yeah?
You called yourself a scientist or something like that, historian, right?
No, my dad's a scientist. My older brother is a scientist. I'm a treasure hunter.
Yeah. You went to the museum. Was there something that could cause something like this in there?
How should I know? Mac kind of looks up at this point and looks over at you. Now that I think about it, he thinks, leaning his forearms on the bar. It seems like weird things started happening in the town right around the time that sarcophagus got installed in the museum.
Sarcophagus?
Aha!
He nods. Oh yeah, Clyde says. I saw that thing. It's kind of cool. It had some sort of markings on it nobody apparently could translate. Mac kind of picks up the thread of this and says, yeah, I heard about that. They think it would have been in Celestial, so they sent out for... They sent out for an expert, trying to bring someone in from the city-state of Ithven.
The second thing he hears the celestial part, he's like, I can help.
Clyde kind of looks over at Vaughn. You can?
I know celestial.
You can read Celestial?
Yes!
Hey, maybe we can go to the museum.
Finally, you can be of use.
Oh, I can help.
That's the guy who laid down last fight and took a nap.
So it's the kobold who almost killed me.
It was an accident. How many times do I have to apologize?
Air quotes over the accident part.
Air quotes. Accident.
Then there's a lot of odd languages.
I mean, if it was Inferno, I'd be able to help, but perhaps we should go check out this place after the hospital.
And as you guys are deciding upon these, we shall go take a look at all the townies involved.
Hello.
So, let's see, we've already been talking about Bubba D. So, the first townie person I want to see is Rix.
Adler Winstar, yes. The somewhat secret warlock.
Alright. So, from your perspective, yeah, it was the evening of the 25th. You happen to have left the... Sorry. You didn't happen to have a gig that night, which is kind of a shame. And you'd been hearing, like, a lot of people were out and just like not acting right recently. So you decided to do what you do best on a day off, which is hang around your apartment. So you did the normal apartment stuff. Maybe you either cooked for yourself or had a fast food meal delivered, or like frozen stuff out of the fridge, and you just kind of like spent the evening at home watching TV. And you went to bed. Now that you're waking up, you discover that your alarm clock hasn't gone off, and it's completely dark outside. But you feel like you've slept 8 hours.
Huh. That's odd. Shouldn't be dark outside. And sadly, I don't have dark vision, so it's actually pitch black.
And even more so because your apartment is also equally dark. You're having a weird dream before you woke up. A woman grinning at you in the darkness, but you could just make out her grin, and then a soft laugh. That's what jolted you awake, fully awake.
Oh. That changes nothing, but... Okay. Huh. Well then, what would Adler... I guess Adler would first reach for his phone, seeing as it's pitch black right now, and use his phone to light up his apartment.
The phone is still working, but you do notice the oddity of the 12 flashing at you, and the no signal mark.
That's good. Alright. Well, Adler's gonna put on his, hang on. Damn it, I closed Adler's. Adler's gonna put on his, leather armor. Because he's right now scared to death that something bad's happening. Because he's had a full night's rest, should be morning. And Adler's gonna open up the door to his apartment.
You're on the 3rd floor, apartment 301. You gaze up and down the, sorry. You gaze up and down the hall. It's pitch black in there, too. Not even emergency power.
Do I know any of the residents? Like, do I personally know any of the residents in the apartment building?
Roll a 1d20 for me. Alright, Evil, say Fluffy or Quentin, would you like to know a bard?
I'm sure everyone knows of Rin.
Sure.
Rin is infamous.
I mean, he might have smelt me, but I'm not sure if we would know each other.
So yeah, you basically you have a choice of would you like some random people around here, or the fellow bard unfortunately is AFK, so we can't count on her, or the two rather odorific people in the building, Rin and Stank.
Rin is clean.
Rin
He's got
dumps.
prestidigitation.
Well, okay, he other Stank he
cleans
smells
himself.
horrible. So maybe Rin, who loves cats and dumpster dives.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
he's
mean, I
fixed your
Nick
guitar.
diving
Maybe-
in your dumpster.
Maybe he's helped fix your guitar because he is a mechanic.
Oh yeah. Well, then that's an obvious choice.
Yeah,
If
he's
he's a
down on the
mechanic.
he's down on the 2nd floor.
Adler will make his way to the 2nd floor while keeping out for whatever is causing this strange phenomenon.
Yeah, so you feel the carpet under your feet. Just kind of feels a bit weird, a bit oddly squishy.
Crusty.
Ugh. Ugh.
How could this be? I just shampooed my carpet 10 minutes ago. No.
It felt fine only last night. Just like freshly vacuumed, and but now it feels as if like it's gotten moldy and wet, and it's been sitting there for a while.
But there's nothing I can do about it, so ugh. Adler's gonna be very disgusted as he slowly makes his way to the second floor.
Okay, you make it to the stairs and begin to go down. Roll a perception check.
He's not good at perception.
You notice
Wow.
nothing.
I told you, Adler doesn't pay attention to anything.
You're probably even humming to yourself.
He's a
You
god
might
at
not-
performing.
You might
but he
not
can't-
even notice. You
yeah.
might not even notice it, but you're currently humming to yourself.
He's looking in the mirror. He's like, "Oh my god! I can't believe how awesome I am."
Yeah, he loves humming to himself. He does that. It's just a habit. He can't. Most of the time, he never even realizes it. He even
As you're
sometimes
ma-
sings
okay.
entire songs.
As you're making your way down, Rin.
Rin.
Yes. You wake up in your apartment. You'd spent a lovely evening dumpster diving and looking after just making sure there's no stray cats around that you need to take care of. But you decided to call it quits early when you started hearing people rioting at the mall, which is where the police cars were heading to. And so you hurry back to your apartment to feed whatever cats might be in there. Since you love cats, I'm assuming you're squirreling some cats away. And
They probably made their way into the
went to
essentially a
sleep.
nest.
You're now like probably being woken up by them. Then one of them's probably standing on your face, or licking your snout, wanting you to wake up.
Good kitty. Look around. Dig for a phone.
Your phone is doing some weird flashing stuff on it. 12, 12, 12.
Ah!
And no signal.
Put it down.
Kitty, what you do to Rin phone? Rin will get you in phone. But this is Rin phone.
The
I
cat starts to need you.
stand up and cast prestidigitation on myself.
Very clean dumpster diver.
I hope you took that dumpster after dinner before you dove in it.
I guess feeling awake and probably not wanting to pay much attention to much things, you probably just start heading toward the door.
All right. One of the cats hisses at the door and kind of like backs up into your pile of hoard.
Huh? What's the matter?
Cats kind of like hide in things.
I kind of put on my mechanic stuff because I'm, half expecting I need to go back to work.
It's a human hand.
I open the door, I guess.
All right.
That's what you do.
The corridor is completely dark and quiet, which is not normal. Normally, there's at least some light up there, just to help out the people who can't see in the dark.
Rin thinks I didn't pay power bill. Again. Guess step out and look both ways. See if I see anybody in the hallway.
Perception check.
Impressive.
Perception check. That's wonderful. +1.
You're hearing soft humming and footfall coming from the far corridor up towards the third floor.
The soft humming slowly turns into a song.
You're also hearing a weird scuttling noise coming from that same direction.
Ah! Bird! Maybe he needs the guitar fixed. I'm gonna sort of head in that direction.
You're there, and you're there. You're now both on the second floor. Adler, you make it down to there. You make it down to the hallway. Rin, you kind of make out the form of a human standing there. Adler, since it's dark, you can't see shit.
Adler!
You
I can't
jack.
turn my flashlight on my phone. Adler! It's Ring!
Huh, Ren?
Yes!
Do you have any idea what's...
Oh!
And suddenly, Adler, you feel really sharp teeth sink into the back of your leg.
Ah!
Do I see that thing?
You make out that there's something behind Adler. You cannot tell what it is from your distance.
Goddamn Legos.
Ah! Oh, goody.
Still standing.
Rin, roll initiative.
Hey, you ran? Nope. Check.
Oh, no.
It bites you again.
Ow, I'm still standing.
Just barely.
Shit, you guys are getting wrecked.
Is this the exact distance we are from each other?
Yes, you're down a long corridor with basically a bunch of rooms there.
Kind of run 30 feet. Do I see this thing now?
You can sort of see that there's something spider-like behind him. You see bits of the legs.
Rin's eyes kind of go wide. He goes, ah!
And it squeals, letting go of Adler, and just kind of curls up.
He's still screaming.
Oh, I could have done hellish. Oh well.
Yeah.
Rin stands there screaming, pointing in that general direction.
Thank you, Rin. What was that?
Ah!
Don't answer.
No.
Adler will shine his phone light at the direction of where he was getting hurt from.
You see a creature that looks like the unholy union between a spider and a rat. Rat body, spider legs.
Awesome.
The garbage man might be familiar with these.
Though it did try to kill him. Still. Awesome.
Ah!
Oddly, no one else comes out to investigate. You're screaming.
Oh, it's just Rin. Just leave him alone. He'll tear himself out.
Ren, hurry up and get over here.
Ah! Ah! Turn over there. Grab onto his leg.
You're the one that can see.
Ah!
Rin, roll a wisdom save.
Oh no. Don't freak
That's
out.
all expected. That's kind of currently what's going on.
Adler will try and calm Rin down, saying, Rin, it's okay. It's dead. No need to worry. Everything's fine. Everything is fine.
Adler seems to be making a lot of sense.
Does Adler have any buttons on him?
Yes.
I take a button.
Fine. That's absolutely fine-ish.
He calms down while holding the button.
He's the key. Come on, Adler. You got this. Now, Rin.
Yes?
We need to find out what's happened. Now, you can see in the dark,
Uh-huh.
so you will have to lead the way.
Rin, helpful.
Yes, Rin helpful.
Where Rin take you?
I haven't thought that far ahead.
Rin think you hurt. Hospital?
Hospital, yes. Good idea, Rin.
Rin know where hospital is. They have good stuff in dumpster.
Yes, I'm sure they do.
I start leading him toward the stairs to go down to the first floor.
Alright, give me a minute.
Such an odd friendship we have.
Well, you are friends.
Rin is
As it
helpful,
is.
kobold.
Rin is a very helpful kobold. So,
Yes,
the next...
Rin just saved my life.
Yes, you did. By screaming and casting Chill Touch.
Yes, but still, saved my life.
Yeah, I don't dispute that. I was just saying how.
I don't care how.
Meanwhile, as you guys are making your way out of the apartment, Stank. Last night you
Hell of a library there, Stank.
yeah, you just finished off some police work. The rest of the cops were called out on assignment. A couple of the other trainees were being called up to have a discussion with one of the lieutenants. But your shift had ended. You perhaps decided that they weren't calling you up for whatever reason. Even if you would have otherwise been, inspired to stay with the police, something compels you to head to the library. And that's where you spent the rest of your evening. The library is located almost right next to the school, so there's plenty of school students that come in here all the time. But
Quick question.
go ahead.
Since I was done with my police work, would it be fair to say I have all my weapons with me? Or not?
You'd have had to check your weapons and armor back in.
Oh, alright.
But you know where all that stuff's kept is the cool part. Ah! Wrong thing with the token layer. Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright. So, you went to the library, and you basically curled up on a chair with a book. Nobody really wanted to pull you out, and the chair has already, taken on your stink after a long period of time.
Takes 5 minutes.
So, yeah, nobody's harassed you. Nobody's, tried to get you to leave or anything like that. And at some point, although it's unclear when, you fell asleep in that chair.
That's how Bubba snores.
So,
That's why he has his own house.
So you wake up suddenly to a dark library, and you're not sure how long you've been laying there, but your body feels like you've slept for a good, the equivalent of 8 hours sleep, however how much a troll needs. A good long rest.
Oh shit, I ruined this book. It's like all wet and stuff. I'm sorry.
Gross.
I'm gonna have to pay for this. Why is it so dark in here?
You hear the sound of a scuttling through the stacks.
What the fuck is going on? I'll go to the book check-in to where the librarian is, or should be.
Yeah, nobody's there. Roll perception check. You can definitely hear the sounds that the sound of scuttling getting closer.
I will look in the direction where the scuttling comes from.
All of a sudden, you hear a loud squeak, and it's a rat mixed with a spider. Something you have never seen before.
Which is strange coming from the trash man.
Yeah, the trash man has never seen something like this before. You've seen spiders before. Even spiders that size. You've seen rats before. You've never seen a combination of a spider and a rat.
It's like Lord Farquaad. Oh, it's hideous. Oh, that's not good.
It's scuttling right towards you. What do you do?
I will walk over to it and I will stamp on it. Just a big old meaty foot right on it.
It squeals. It retaliates with a bite.
Ow. Did more damage.
Don't worry, trolls have tons of HP. He's a barbarian.
I'll kick the shit out of it. Fuck that shit.
Hi there. Where'd you come from?
I smashed
It manages to zip around your foot this time as you just connect it with the carpet. But it bites down on your ankle.
I'm getting mad, so I will rage. Also, I don't want to die yet, so I'm gonna rage. And I'll attempt to take out the trash.
Nope.
Oh no!
Another
And
miss.
slip.
But it manages to not get a mouthhold that time. You are now laying prone on the ground. So you're gonna have to use, half your movement to get up.
Yeah, I'll get up and try to kick it again. Come on, die, you shitty thing!
This time your foot connects and it launches into a bookcase and dies sliding down. Oops, sorry, that's to be 20.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh,
Look at that crit damage that you got there.
yeah.
How?
Yeah, technically speaking, if you're unarmed and you crit, you don't get extra damage because you can't get extra die. But technically speaking, that should be a 1.
That would only happen if you had advantage. You didn't.
They almost got beaten by a rat.
That would have been very funny had the troll died to a rat.
Yeah. Oh.
Death by rat.
Yeah. I'll find the biggest book in here, and if I see another one, I'll use that as a weapon.
All right, improvised bludgeoning weapon. It's a 1d4.
Yes.
Have you seen a dictionary? I think it's more than 1d4.
It's still an improvised weapon. He doesn't have proficiency in it.
No. I'm fucking with you.
I'd probably be like a 1d8.
Nope, 1d4.
4d20.
Or a history textbook, like Bubba D's memoirs.
Death by knowledge.
If Bubba D wrote a book about his life, it'd be probably like a couple thousand pages, and it'd be like probably a D10 worth of bitch. It's so damn thick.
Shit, man. They really need to call pest control here. Uh, I guess I think I need to go take a rest at home. Or maybe, nah, I think I should
You're
go
fu-
see Papa there.
We're all going to the hospital.
Yep. Looks
Because we're
looking
all
that way.
hurt.
I'm,
And someone
I'm going to Baba D because, I don't know why. I'm taking the book with me, though. I'll leave some money behind for a librarian. A good 5 gold pieces.
Well, they don't use. I'm just going to simplify and say, yeah, you could claim it as gold. However, they don't actually use gold pieces in Imlern. But
Yeah.
you know, that's the vernacular we use too. So
Yeah, I'll just leave some.
the
Like,
the Imlern equivalent of Apple Pay.
yeah, I'll just do that, and then I'll get going, I guess. Being very careful not to bump into shit again. Wait, how close is the police station?
Well, let's see. The library is right next to the school, which is in the it's in the northeast corner of Pine Valley. The mall is down towards the west, and then further west and south is the police station and the hospital.
Oh, so the hospital and police stations are close to each other.
Yes.
I guess I'll head that direction then. Which one is closest?
Oh, the police station.
Yeah, police station then, I guess. Sticking to I'll stick to the main roads and hope to bump into someone, not something, and hope to not get murdered.
That's everyone's it. Yeah, I kind of feel sorry for Cave. I was hoping to get some more stuff with him, but we can't do too much with Bubba quite yet. Until we get.
That's okay.
Yeah. And then we also have the problem of without Dead here, I can't advance everyone else too much further until we know what's going on with the nib.
We'll just blame her.
Well, I don't think it's her fault. I think her family has like pulled her off. It was pretty cool that Fluffy got to be here.
Yeah.
They managed to have full
Their
session
house was
time.
especially a quarantine zone.
I do have a request though that once the Niv get to town, that everyone in town has to do a perception check to see if they hear them coming.
No, because I'm
Because
not
one will be
specifying.
screaming in joy.
I'm not specifying what time period that they arrive in. Remember, there's time story. There's a time issue.
Yeah.
Now everybody knows about. Yeah, go see the dog, Lyra. Go see the dog. Yeah, my cat likes to look at the dogs in the apartment complex. She's really happy with that.
My dog likes to wrestle with the cat.
So I think that was a pretty good first session for you guys. Got to see a little bit of the bottle setup, without getting into some of the crazier monsters. You got to see one monster so far. I didn't want to get you guys all killed, and I wanted to, I wanted to have some of that stuff waiting for when the Nib people get to town. But we'll be able to resolve that, and hopefully by next time we meet as a full group, we'll have some more interesting adventures, more interesting monsters that are showing up, potentially killing, one or two of you.
I mean, I hopefully not more interesting monsters. Like, you already died to a mouse almost. I think you needed like one more hit.
Yeah, I literally had 1 HP left.
Well, I did have you roll perception checks. You didn't hear it coming down behind you.
I mean, if I had my weapons, it would be a piece of cake, but
yeah.
I count 1 hit them now, so that's they have like 6 HP, right?
They
If I'm
have
correct.
7.
7.
but-
Yeah.
When it came to the dart, I figured that, just from that hit, it's a traumatic incident, and it immediately dies from that. But, they have basically an average of 7 hit points.
Mhm. Oh, I found this cool thing on the. It's jump distance